Students, now we analyze a situation like this. Say we have a current carrying conductor, straight current carrying conductor, and in parallel to that we kept another current carrying conductor which carries current in the same direction. As we know, these two current carrying conductors produce their own magnetic fields. We write the magnetic field lines surrounding these two. Say we know the right hand clasp rule gives us the magnetic field, they are closed curves as we learnt in the previous class. Say this is the magnetic field, it coming out here, going in. Here also, on this side, the magnetic field due to this is like this, it is coming out here, it is going in. Say observe, these two produce a magnetic field all along their length which are of this direction, and in between these two wires there are the magnetic field lines which seems to come from north and south, that is they are coming from the opposite directions. That means there must be an attraction. Therefore these two wires get attracted. These two wires get attracted when we keep them parallel to each other with a force F. And say in this session we want to learn to derive an expression for that force F, and also we want to learn to define ampere, 1 ampere definition. That is the international definition, because you know ampere is the SI unit of current and it has its own standard definition. We want to learn it now. Before that, just observe, when two currents are in the same direction like this, there's attraction between two conductors. Now, if we have two conductors carrying current in the opposite direction, we'll see what will happen. One current upwards, one current downwards. We write the magnetic field there. Say like this, it is coming in, coming out, going in. And for this, if we write the magnetic field line, observe, by using right hand rule, here it should go in, it should come out here. Therefore, it is going in, it is coming out. Observe now the difference between these two. In between two wires, there are two field lines which are in the same direction. Therefore, they seems to come from north poles or south poles, similar poles. Therefore, there should be repulsion. Repulsion between two wires. So, when two wires carry, parallel wires carry current in the same direction, there is attraction. When two wires carry current in the opposite direction, there is repulsion. The repulsive force on this is this way, F this way, in this case. Now we want to derive an expression for force on each conductor. In this case, whether we prove it for attraction or repulsion, both will remain same. Now we start with first case, attraction. Say any one we can do. We take the distance between two conductors is A, and current in the first conductor, say A and B. First conductor is I1, second conductor is I2. Now, looking at this diagram, we can see that conductor B is immersed in the magnetic field of conductor A, or else the otherwise also true. Conductor A is immersed in the magnetic field of conductor B. But we simply write, for the sake of clarity, one thing. Say we imagine the conductor B like this, and as you can write these field lines, say here, the field lines of first conductor like this at all positions of the conductor. Say here also the field lines goes, here also the field lines goes. So as the field lines are going in, there is a magnetic field at the position of B. So we write now magnetic field due to A at position of B is B equals mu naught, we call it as BA, mu naught I1 2 pi A, because A is the separation between them. Now with this, once we know magnetic field at the position of B, we can write the force acting on it. Therefore, force on B due to BA, the magnetic field due to A is F. We can call it as force on B due to A, FBA or F1, F21, like that. Say force we know BIL, we know the force, because L cross B, I into L cross B is the force. As the conductors are parallel to each other, L and B are at 90 degrees, sin 90 becomes 1, so we can simply write BIL. But what B to be written here? Force on B due to A means magnetic field of A to be written BA, and current in second conductor I2 to be written, because that is the one which is experiencing the force. Therefore, FBA is BA, we substitute mu naught I1 2 pi A into I2 into L. Say we can prove the same thing for force on A due to B. Therefore, we simply write the force between two straight conductors as mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi A. We usually say force per unit length for two parallel conductors F by L, what we written it FL like this, and which is given by mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi A. Say, let me go through this derivation once again. So, we have two parallel conductors A and B carrying currents I1 and I2 with separation A as shown here. And as they are carrying the current in the same direction, there is attraction. Now, we can imagine the conductor B is in the magnetic field of A, like this. Say we can extend these lines into big circles. So, the field lines at the position of B are like this, they are entering in to the plane. Therefore, magnetic field due to A at the position of B is this magnetic field. We can write it as BA equals mu naught I1 by 2 pi A by using the magnetic field produced by straight wire formula. Then force on B due to BA, so that magnetic field BA is FBA equals BIL. B is due to BA, that is due to A, so BA. Current experiencing the force is in B, that is I2 L. Therefore, substituting for BA, we get F equals FBA mu naught I1 I2 by I1 I2 L by 2 pi A. But also FBA, if we have calculated force on B due to A, very similarly we can do force on A due to B, then also we can show same thing mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi A, taking A is also of length L. Therefore, we can simply denote FBA or FAB as F mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi A, but usually we define force per unit length L. Therefore, F by L is taken, FL equals mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi A. This is the formula for force between two straight parallel conductors. This may be asked for 3 mark in a board exam. Now, using this, we try to learn to define force, say ampere, the international definition for ampere. We start with that. Just observe how we go for the definition. Say we have written FL as mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi A. But mu naught value is 2 pi 10 raised to minus 7. Henry per meter. If you substitute these things there, what we get is FL as, say, mu naught is 4 pi. 4 pi 10 raised to minus 7 by 2 pi I1 I2 by A. This 2 pi goes there. FL equals 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 I1 I2 by A. Say by using this we can define ampere. How? Observe. If we take I1 equals I2 equals 1 ampere, A equals 1 meter, then FL will be equals 2 into 10 raised to minus 7, 1 into 1 by 1, which is 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton per meter. So by using these things we can define the ampere. Just observe carefully now. 1 ampere is that steady current. The 1 ampere is that steady current which when flowing through two infinitely long parallel conductors with produces a force of 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton per meter on each other when they are kept with a separation of 1 meter in free space. We define it once again in the standard form. 1 ampere is that steady current which when flowing through two infinitely long parallel conductors of negligible cross section with a force of 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton per meter on each other when they are kept with a separation of 1 meter in free space. That is the definition of ampere, international definition as it is SI unit. Let me go through that definition once again. 1 ampere is that steady current which when flowing through two infinitely long parallel current carrying conductors of negligible cross section produces a force of 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton per meter on each other when they are kept with a separation of 1 meter in free space. That is the definition of 1 ampere. So with this, now we start learning what happens when we keep a coil in a uniform magnetic field, rectangular coil in a uniform magnetic field. So we imagine a coil, rectangular coil like this is placed in uniform magnetic field. ABCD is the rectangular coil carrying current like this. And it is placed in the uniform magnetic field. Say we write like this. This is the magnetic field. Then observe this field is this way and this current is this way. This is the current what I have written in. This is the current. So we know the force on current carrying conductor is F equals BIL sin theta magnitude wise, or in the vector form IL cross B is the formula. But observe now, if you apply that for this BC side using Fleming's left hand rule or cross product rule, L is in the direction of current, B is this way. So L cross B, that means L to be the curling fingers of the right hand should turn, then thumb gives the force. That means force is out of this. Say force is out of this board. Then in the same manner, if we take the force on AB, say again L is upwards now because of the current direction. L cross B, observe L is this way and B is this way. Say L to B, it should turn like this. So the force is out of the bow. Say force is, observe this is L to B. Say force is into the thing. Therefore, there are two forces F which are of same say value because sin theta can be taken as 1 there as theta is 90. So we can write F equals BIL. In fact, they act in opposite directions on AD and BC, but on AB and CD, no magnetic force acts because I and B are in parallel. So L and B parallel means theta angle between them is 0. Therefore, no force acts on AB and DC. Only force acts on AD and BC. Therefore, net there are two equal unlike parallel forces acting on AD and BC. As we know, two equal unlike parallel forces create a torque. Torque means there is a rotation. Therefore, coil, if it is pivoted properly, it starts rotating. So with this idea, now we want to calculate the torque. The torque for this, say if we imagine this as the axis of rotation, this is the axis of rotation on which it is fixed. Say if you take this side as A and this side length as L for the rectangular coil, then we can write, say for torque over this axis, net torque is force F into half of that A by 2 plus F into A by 2. Because torque due to this and torque due to this force. Therefore, we write F into A after adding. F is BIL into A. L is length and A is breadth there. L into A is area. Say we write as L into A is area of coil, which is A. Therefore, torque can be written as BIA. If there are n turns in the loop, for n turns in loop, torque is BN, say BNIA, we take capital N there, BNIA. This is the expression for torque in this case. So, torque on a rectangular coil placed in a uniform magnetic field is given by BNIA. We can go through the derivation once again. We have ABCD, a rectangular coil carrying current I, which is placed in a uniform magnetic field B like this. So, due to the currents and the magnetic field, the force acts as shown. Say on AB and DC, no force acts, they are parallel to the magnetic field. But BC and AD are perpendicular to the field B. Therefore, there acts the force given by BIL sin theta as length and B, the magnetic field, are perpendicular. We can simply write BIL. They act in the opposite directions on AD and BC. Therefore, they act like equal unlike parallel force. They create a torque, that is, they create couple. The moment of couple or the torque is given by force into perpendicular distance. If we take this as the axis, force is F into A by 2 by 1 plus F into A by 2 by other. As they act to rotate in the coil in the same direction, we have to add them. Therefore, we get Fa by 2 plus Fa by 2 is F into A, or for substituting for F BIL into A, but L is length of the coil, BA is breadth of the coil, L into A is area of the coil, torque is BIA. For n turns in the loop, tau equals BNIA. So, this is the expression for torque in special case when coil plane is parallel to the magnetic field.